What's going on, guys? This is your man, Real Deal, Steele, coming to you live. Welcome one, welcome all. It is now Friday, June 4th, 2021, and things are changing. Things are shaking up. Things are on the move. The dog money's on the move. This community is on the move. Things are happening. Things are changing in real time very quickly right before us in ways that many don't fully appreciate or quite understand yet. And we're going to get into a lot of that kind of conversation tonight. Why I think that is, and where I think this is all headed, and why I've been saying the things that I have been more and more, and why I have been focusing on particular scenarios more and more, particularly over the last couple of weeks. Welcome, Zombie Doge Army, Matthew, Dave Carter, Richard Powell, Larry Ramirez, Beef Supreme, Anthony Grant, of course, Prowess, welcome. Slay Blaze. And the list goes on and the list goes on. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Nick Balls is watching from bed, he says. Awesome, Nick. I hope you are relaxed. And good to see you guys. You know, a lot has transpired just since the last time I broadcasted to you guys, and we're going to get into all of it and so much more. Again, I'd like to welcome all the new members coming in. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate all the memberships coming in. It's just wonderful. It's exciting. And I hope you guys, those of you who are members, I hope you enjoyed that special treat I uploaded for you guys today. If you didn't see that, go to your members. You should see it in your timeline under your membership. The video that I uploaded for you guys today. So I hope you liked that. Ivan, starting things off with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Ivan. Appreciate it. Hello, my fellow Doge millionaires. I love it. Guys, listen. If you haven't smashed that like button, I want you to smash it now like you would smash your childhood celebrity crush. It takes a split second of your time. It doesn't cost you a dime. It's the number one thing you can do to help a new emerging channel like this move forward, get in front of more viewers, get on those YouTube algorithms that are always so tricky, right? And also, if you're brand new here, I would like to personally welcome you. My name is Steele. You are watching Steele Live, and it's a pleasure to have you with us here. I would like to personally welcome you to the community and invite you to subscribe, hit that notification bell. In my opinion, we've got the best, most interesting community growing right now. The people here are just phenomenal. So would love to have you along with us for the ride to the moon and beyond. Anthony Grant, thank you so much for the $5 super chat, my man. Always appreciate you. He says, welcome to the red light district for Dozers. No lie detected, Anthony. No lie detected. Great to see you, my friend. Great to see you. Also, obviously, if you feel compelled to super chat throughout this broadcast, that's hugely appreciated for all the time, my time and efforts, and it really helps me to be able to cover this stuff pretty much full time, like the direction that it's been going in, which is awesome. I'd like to welcome Prowess 007 to membership. That's awesome. Welcome to membership, Prowess 007. You should instantly notice the access you have gained to the special membership emojis. So enjoy and welcome aboard. Yeah, anybody who wants memberships went live now for about 2.5 days now. They've gone live, and you can check out those membership options pinned in the link at the top of the chat. So that's how you look into that and can join. I look forward to putting even more and more effort into building out the membership community there. It's just exciting. I love to see all the green on the scene, if you know what I mean, but everyone is welcome here. Everyone is welcome here. Lastly, let me see. What was I going to say? Never mind. It slipped my mind. But you guys, so much is going on. Elon Musk changing his avatar back to a Bitcoin kind of anime, a Bitcoin Sailor Moon kind of character. What do I think about that? What do we think about that? I think it's very subversive. I think it's very amusing. It can be taken a number of ways, but what I think Elon is doing is he's both kind of he wants to, what the Bitcoin maxis don't seem to quite grasp or understand. So he wants to lift all of crypto up. He wants to lift it all up, including Bitcoin. But what he is just kind of reshuffling things according to what he's most passionate about. I think that's a big misconception among a lot of the people that are the biggest advocates for Bitcoin, is that he wants to take Bitcoin down. He doesn't want to do that. He's trying to bring everybody up. In my opinion, what's happening is that the Bitcoin maxis have such a radical opinion on crypto, have such a radical perspective on Bitcoin's place in all of this, its level of self-importance in all of this, that they've become somewhat delusional and a bit entitled, so that the moment that Elon or somebody of prominence perhaps doesn't isn't constantly kissing the heinies of Bitcoin, they freak out. I think they've become accustomed to such a level of dominance and entitlement that any diversion from that along the way gets misinterpreted as almost an assault, right? It gets misinterpreted as somebody doing war on Bitcoin. And when they react this way, it only puts fuel on the fire of the motivation of a personality like Elon Musk, of a personality like yours truly, Stephen Steele. I love a bit of trolling. I especially the people that really deserve it, in my opinion. I call it ethical trolling, and some of those folks, it's very, very hard to hold back. So it's kind of more fun to lean in on those folks that are so easily rattled, but at the same time being so incredibly arrogant and unlikable. It's hard not to want to shake things up a bit in those circles. Are we going to talk? Oh, of course we are. Of course we are, Slay Blaze. We're going to talk about that. That's probably the main topic that I'm going to expound upon tonight. Yes. So, they booed Floyd Mayweather, somebody said. Yes, this is all lots of just interesting developments going on here, guys. We're going to keep getting into it. It's good to see you guys. Hold on. I have two things I need to do right now. Someone's running a little late. It's Samantha. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Just make sure you're talking nice and close into that phone, okay?
So good at this.
Yes. Just make sure you talk nice and close to that phone, and then I'm sure we'll be just fine, guys. At this time, I'd like to introduce to you tonight's special guest. It's Aussie Samantha, coming to us live from all the way across on the.
1 week, Mr. Steele.
Yes. Lovely. And I know the folks here love you, and it's always great to have you on. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling really good. I've just cleaned my house. I had my sister's kids last night and she's just taken mine for a couple of hours. So I'm home by myself at the moment. House is clean and I'm ready for you.
Oh, I like the sounds of that. Very good, very good. I am going to forego some obvious innuendo there, but the thing
I always do it, don't I? I always do it.
You know, you really set it up for me there, but I'm going to be a gentleman and just politely sidestep it there. But Samantha, it's always lovely to have you on. I don't know if you've had a chance to cover the crypto news cycle lately and what's been going on in relation to Elon, Doge, and Bitcoin and everything else.
I scrolled through my feed a little bit and I've seen some people were hating on Elon and I just didn't go into it very much. So I want to know what's happening from you guys.
Yeah. Oh, listen to that. I have a Doge in the background who needs to hear. I got to let my Doge out of the room. She's such a diva today. Hold on just a moment. Well, will I do this? You can just chat with the crowd for 60 seconds. If you feel so inclined, Aussie Sam.
All right, guys, what is the biggest news this week that I should know about? Because I don't check Twitter very often and I don't have time to go doing my own research and stuff. So if you want us to chat about something, put it in the chat now and then we'll get some conversations going. I'm very, very excited for today's show because it's not very often that I'm at home by myself, no distractions, just here with you guys 100%. Until my partner comes home. But then I think he's going to leave me alone because I've done the house, I've cleaned up the backyard, and I told him I'm going on live, so do not disturb me.
That a girl. Do not disturb. We need to get you a special...
Yeah, he knows the no.
Yeah, we need to get you a special sign for you to put on the door that says, I'm live, do not disturb.
Well, I need an office. I need an office that I can just go in and shut the door and hide in. I don't, we only have 3 bedrooms at my house, so I mostly just sit out the back on my leather couch and just hang out with you guys.
Yes. Well, that works too. So, this has been absolutely, in my opinion, just absolutely fascinating and hilarious. Everything that's been transpiring between Elon Musk and Bitcoin in relation to Dogecoin and now with Ethereum. I've been making some rather interesting conclusions based on some pretty solid evidence and discoveries that we're going to talk about again tonight, or we're going to expound upon more tonight. So you guys right now...
So it's not Dogecoin, army against Elon, it's Bitcoin.
Yeah, predominantly it's just like a faction, a faction within the Bitcoin community, for lack of a better term, Bitcoin maximalists that have really been, just having a ton of contention with Elon about the sphere of influence, that he wields, and how they feel in relation to that. So what's interesting to me. Is, and I was explaining this a little bit before you came on. There is something very real on the entire crypto market that is a concept that is known as Bitcoin dominance. And basically what that is the terminology, a term for the fact that Bitcoin pretty much dictates how the rest of the market behaves based on how the health of it, right? So if Bitcoin is down, the whole market kind of goes down. If Bitcoin's doing good and on a bull run, generally the rest of the crypto market responds in kind. My opinion on this is I don't think this is a good thing. So what's really ironic about it is the Bitcoin maximalists are complaining that every time, Elon tweets out a meme trolling them a bit. They act like the sky is falling and that he's destroying Bitcoin, and which to me is
what Bitcoin is. Like, Bitcoin will be fine. Like, leave some room for the little guys, you know. It's not just about one coin. Not just one coin's going to make it, you know. They need to just chill out. That it's Bitcoin.
Yeah, I mean, you would think that would be a reasonable take, yeah. And the thing is, the problem is a lot of these guys, those aren't the mentalities we're dealing with. The mentalities that we're dealing with are these guys really fashion themselves, and they really think of themselves as kind of like these digital folklore knights who are like super enlightened and have found the way, and that there's no other relevant cryptocurrency aside from Bitcoin, and they genuinely feel this way. So if you have that kind of perspective on the market, I mean, how it's pretty difficult to reason with folks like this. So also, if you're coming from that sort of a perspective, you know, you're going to have a very kind of polarizing, you know, radical and contentious sort of back and forth with anybody who feels otherwise. So there's this footage that went around, and I just think it's funny. I'm not like super offended by it. I just think it's interesting, right? So there's this footage that's going around online today. So the Bitcoin conference is going on right now in Miami, and I think, I have actually know a few people that are there right now, but they don't just cover Bitcoin. It's kind of just a general cryptocurrency conference, and that's going on right now. So there was some footage that came out of these two guys. One, his name is Michael Saylor. The other guy's his name is Max Kaiser, and they're kind of like some of the most foremost voices in Bitcoin, and Bitcoin, kind of the Bitcoin maximalist kind of vibe. These two really kind of embody that. And there's footage of them, you know, with the music pumping, them coming out on stage at the conference, and you know, Max Kaiser's really pumped up, and he's kind of dressed like David Byrne from Talking Heads. And he says, we're not selling. And then he says, F Elon. You know, he's just screaming this at the top. He's just screaming this at the top of his lungs. And it's kind of like, okay, dude, you know what? Elon brought a ton of money into Bitcoin when he initially brought it into Tesla before he parted ways with them. And then he brought lots of money and attention to Bitcoin for a long time, until, you know, and then he decided to part ways with Bitcoin and Tesla, with that relationship for now, and he's exploring other paths. And so now they're just throwing this big hissy fit. It's like, well, you guys, like, you loved Elon before, and now you hate Elon all of a sudden. And then, you know, they position themselves to be that, you know, there's this Bitcoin dominance, but at the same time, you know, basically, in my opinion, what's happening, they just got too cozy, too entitled. And now if anything gets rocky along the path to anything short of complete and total Bitcoin dominance, these guys freak out like a bunch of babies. And it's just
exactly
kind of, you know what I mean?
Babies. A bunch of greedy babies.
A bunch of greedy babies, exactly. I mean, exactly. That's exactly what they are. They're greedy babies. And the thing is, you know, this guy who's shouting F Elon at the Bitcoin conference today, or last night, Max Kaiser, you know, the guy that was on stage, the Michael Saylor, it's just like some of Michael Saylor's quotes are this, and this is not like parody. Let me see here. Bitcoin. Okay. Sorry, I'm just going to take the piss on Michael Saylor for a little bit. Bitcoin is the apex property of the human race. Michael Saylor. And here's another one. There's no reason why Bitcoin can't become a 2 to 3 trillion dollar creature. And Bitcoin is hope for 8 billion people. And I'm like thinking, Michael, like, first of all, like, all I hear these guys talk about is, you know, this, we're going to make it this 2-3 trillion dollar creature. This is a theme I hear a lot with these guys. And I'm just kind of like, you know, that's cool, but like, it's kind of funny to me that that's like seems to be their main theme, well, kind of propagating this position that there's so much hope that Bitcoin's going to bring for people. I'm like, what people? What people at this point can really make big gains and financial freedom off of Bitcoin being worth where it is now? Do you realize how much money you have to invest into Bitcoin in order for it to be a truly transformative level of wealth for the average person? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's way out of my reach. I'm just an average person, and I don't even look at Bitcoin.
Yeah, and exactly. And why don't you look at Bitcoin, Samantha?
Because it's too bloody expensive. Not interested.
Yes,
I don't own any of it. I don't care to own any of it. It's just that can be for the 1%, and then the rest of us can do whatever we want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think you echo a lot of very popular sentiments of where a lot of investors are now. And especially since we've seen so many new investors come into the market, in large part to Dogecoin, right, over the last year. And so these people are looking around, they're looking at their options, and it's nothing against Bitcoin, but they're like, well, it's a stored asset of value. It's fine. It could make me money, but I have $2,000 to spend in expendable income on my investments. Should I put it into Bitcoin, or and can I put this?
No.
Do you know what I mean? They're looking at they're looking at and I'm talking about people that are looking at not super like high risk BSC tokens. I'm talking about people that are looking at like the top 50s, the top 50, the top 50 cryptocurrencies, and they're looking around, and there's some pretty attractive looking options in those top 50, in that top 50 that has a lot of promise, a lot of great utility, with margins that are just a lot more attractive to a working class person than Bitcoin. So it makes perfect sense that people are reallocating in other directions, predominantly to both Ethereum and Dogecoin. And you know, they're having a hissy fit about it. These are guys that got into Bitcoin very early on, which is great. Good for them. I'm happy for them. And consequently, they're stinking rich. But now they're just angry that other people are trying to make it the same way they did. Because there's no room for more rich people. Like, it's just us, and you guys can go do whatever you want, go and be poor. Like, they just don't want to welcome anyone else into the rich guy club, you know? They're just like, back off, this is ours, you can't get in on it. Yeah, I mean,
and that's Bitcoin. If I was in Bitcoin and I was holding one Bitcoin and I bought it for super cheap, I would be like scared. That's a scary investment to hold one Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. But with all the other coins, especially Doge, we have fun with it. You know, it's not something that you can't sleep at night because you own Dogecoin. Like, it's not scary. I think crypto, for me, I have a lot of fun with crypto. Yeah. But I just think Bitcoin is not fun. Bitcoin's just like scary.
Yeah. And why is it more scary for you, just from your perspective?
Like, just say I bought it when it was super cheap the money's like gone way up. You would be like not knowing what to do. I would be not knowing what to do. Like, should I sell it? Should I keep it? I don't know. I would not be able to sleep. I would be watching the charts and I would be crapping myself.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah, there's definitely more on the line there.
I crap myself when I make $1,000. I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Let alone making above $50,000. That would just, yeah, I couldn't deal with it.
Yeah, understandable. Yeah, it's wild too, where to me the most ironic thing about all of this, Samantha, is that these guys are upset that other people are trying to make the same moves that got them to where they are now, right? So it's like
exactly,
and they want to say, hey, listen, you should only do it through the way we did it, even though you don't stand a chance of making nearly as much money as we did. It's just kind of like, and then for them to pretend that their predominant motivation is, and then they try to like kind of wrap it up in some either like altruistic or, you know, technological advancement motivation. And, you know, I'm sure the technological aspect of it is part of the motivation. But at the end of the day, these guys they're Bitcoin maxis, they're fiat maxis, and they're just looking at their bottom line and they're super stoked about it. And they've gotten pretty smug and pretty protective about it all. That's fine. That's fine. But don't try to stop the rest of the world from evolving. Don't try to stop the rest of the crypto community from evolving. People want options. And the thing is, what the heck do these guys have to, what the heck does Bitcoin have to offer for retail? The world is ready to move on and, you know, start offering options for people to be able to buy things with cryptocurrency, for people to be able to check out with a cryptocurrency. No one is spending their holy grail. No one's spending Bitcoin.
Yeah.
No one will spend Bitcoin. So I'm like, bros, like, what is your problem? Like, you guys Bitcoin can't solve perhaps the most pressing issue in all of cryptocurrency, which is which cryptocurrency can step up and be ready for retail ready, where people are actually going to spend it and companies are going to profit off of it, and it's going to be both a win-win for the customer and the vendor. It's not going to be Bitcoin at this time. It can't be Ethereum either. Dogecoin is more. It's more like hit the ground ready to go and well positioned than any other cryptocurrency in the top 10. And it's already has proof of concept that people are willing to spend their Doge. They already are spending it. It's already become a profitable venture for the business owners that have stepped out on this experiment. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm like, I just stay away from that, and I really, really want to be able to go to my bottle shop and buy whatever I want to buy, or my grocery store and buy whatever I want to buy with my Doge. And I just think that's the one. Like, I'm like, my hopes is that it's going to be Doge, even though I'm in on a lot of different cryptos. Like, I like to have fun with a lot of them.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much, I want it to be Doge, definitely. And I think, you know, it is the people's coin, and what the people want it to do. I think there's enough of backing behind it that we can make that happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Now, I have been making statements on this show over the last few weeks, okay, where, you know, a few people have looked at me sideways, but I said, I've been kind of floating it out there because I've had a very strong, both like a gut feeling and from what I've seen in the market, kind of both of these things about where I think that we are potentially on the precipice of a reshuffling of sorts in the market, where I still think we're all going to be slaves to Bitcoin dominance to a certain degree, but I think it's starting to change, and I think it's going. That change is starting right now with a coalescing around both Dogecoin and Ethereum, where we're already seeing it now, where a lot of investors that aren't terribly wealthy that have been pulling out of Bitcoin and reallocating those investments to both Doge and Ethereum. Now, where it gets really interesting, and I have been seeing nods and sentiments from Mr. Vitalik Buterin, creator of Ethereum, being pretty sympathetic and saying some nice things about Doge. And I kind of was seeing where this is going, and I think that both Dogecoin and Ethereum kind of need each other and can be, I think it's the most obvious win-win situation, win-win scenario out there for these guys for Dogecoin and Ethereum to begin, excuse me, begin serious steps of a pairing to draw from each other's technology to make both coins and both sets of technologies more effective. So last night there was a 3-hour interview with the founder of Ethereum on Lex's show, and I went through that whole thing this morning, and I had posted on Twitter what I had found to be the most pertinent 2.5 minutes of over that 3-hour-ish interview with him in relation to that very topic. And what he revealed in that 2.5 minutes that I posted on my Twitter is extremely telling. It's extremely telling, and I find it just rather remarkable. So he revealed in that 2.5 minutes, Vitalik Buterin, that he loves Dogecoin. He's a big proponent of it. He loves the concept of it. He loves the culture surrounding it. This was a funny fact, he even traveled all the way to Japan to visit the original Shiba Inu dog that all the memes have been based on. That dog is still alive, apparently. So he flew there just to see this dog. So he revealed that in this interview.
I actually seen my first Shiba Inu the other day. I was driving to the beach and I seen one. I'm like, oh my God, it's a Doge. I've never seen one before.
Oh, so you just saw your first Shiba Inu the other day?
I did, yeah.
Aww.
And it was really cute. It was still a puppy as well, and it kind of made me want a puppy, but then I'm like, no, I can't do that.
Too much responsibility right now?
Oh, yeah, way too much. I've already got 2 kids.
Yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, I totally get it. Guys, you're listening to your man, Real Deal Steven Steele. My special guest right now that I've been talking with is Aussie Samantha, and we're just kind of catching up on all the news that's been unfolding before us. If you haven't hit that like button, please take a moment to smash that like button. Like you'd smash your childhood celebrity crush. Takes a split second of your time, doesn't cost you a dime. And also, if you feel compelled to super chat at any time throughout this broadcast, that's hugely appreciated for all the time and effort spent. And memberships are now open. As of 2 days ago, I have that pinned to the top of the chat for exclusive content, and that's going really well. So I'm really excited about that launch as well. Getting back, so he shared that he actually went to Japan to visit the original Shiba Inu that Dogecoin and the Shiba Inu meme culture was originally based on, which I thought really said a lot, about his fascination with this. And then he also went on about how he thinks that there's tremendous potential for a Dogecoin Ethereum pairing and that he hopes moving forward that there are some serious efforts, development efforts to make this happen. And that he also strongly signaled that he is open to Elon playing a role in as an arbiter in that. This is, in my opinion, absolutely major news. And I have suspected, usually Elon's a few steps ahead on this kind of thing. So my thinking, Sam, is by the time Vitalik Buterin, the co-creator of Ethereum, puts this out into the public, I don't think it's outside of the realm of possibility that Elon and him have already just been discussing this. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Elon's very, very smart. He's a genius. He wouldn't not know something, you know. I feel like he knows everything. He's like crypto god. And if he doesn't know, he has people next to him who knows.
Yes. I agree with you 100%.
He's got a lot of connections, that guy.
Chill Auricular Theater says, I watched Multiplicity today, a film protagonized by Michael Keaton. I'm familiar with this film, by the way. Made me realize I'm a real life pizza, Steve. I don't really know how to interpret your interpretation of Multiplicity. I don't know what that... Do you have any idea what he's trying to say there?
I don't, but now I want pizza.
Well, I love that movie. It's Multiplicity. I love Michael Keaton. I think Michael Keaton's one of my favorite actors of all time. And it's a movie, I believe, from the late 80s or early 90s. And what happens is Michael Keaton somehow comes across the ability, technology to be able to make a copy of himself to be more productive. And then he ends up making a copy of a copy, and before he knows it, there's like 4 or 5 of him. And then
I need that.
yeah, it's a great movie. It's really I think it's a fantastic like plot for a movie, and Michael Keaton was just the guy to carry that kind of a film out. So I highly recommend watching Multiplicity. I think it's a great film. Mike Fenn, $5 super chat. Thank you, Mike. Long time no see. Rock on, Steve. Yes, Mike, it's been a bit, and welcome back into the fold, my friend. Welcome back into the fold. Crypto Tank Girl says, I like pizza, Steve. I love pizza, Steve.
I love pizza.
Guys, I mean, you get no arguments from Sam and I here. We too love pizza. Sam, I love pizza, Sam. What's that?
I had pizza last night and it was amazing.
And what kind of pizza did you have, Samantha? I want you to describe it to the best of your abilities.
It was like a chicken supreme, but I got it from like more of an expensive place because my brother-in-law paid for it. And it was like actual real chunky bits of chicken, and it had little bits of tomato and really nice cheese and oregano. It was really, really yummy.
Now, was this more of a thick, hand-tossed, or thick crust?
So it was kind of like a thin crust, but all of the toppings, it just made it really thick. But when you had a bite, it was just pretty much all toppings and then just that little perfect amount of crust.
Very good, very good.
That was really yummy.
So you're gonna get some comments in there because one of the main characters in the Steven Steele live chat, it goes by the name Beef Supreme, and now you have just described the antithesis of Beef Supreme, the Chicken Supreme.
Chicken Supreme.
I can't say Chicken Supreme is like chicken is like one of my go-tos on pizza, but I do. I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed to it. Like I do like chicken on pizza, but it's just not my first thought. But I do like it better than say pineapple on pizza. Imperial Beats coming through.
Oh no, you didn't.
I don't like pineapple
Do
pizza.
you not like pineapple on pizza?
I like pineapple.
I'm gonna have to rethink this.
Sam, pineapple belongs in yogurt. Pineapple belongs by itself, nicely sliced, so it can be refreshing on the palate.
What about in a salad?
Salad's fine. I just don't understand pairing pineapple with gobs of cheese and dough. To me,
Because it's just that tiny little bit of juicy sweetness, and then you've got like a party in your mouth.
you know, I'm sure you're a stranger to parties in your mouth, Sam. But listen, listen. What's the problem is the problem with pineapple pizza is that it's too overpowering. It's not just like a little bit of sweetness. It's not like a little bit of sweetness on your pizza. The moment
Cut it out a bit. Don't take a whole bite of the chunk.
it's a gateway drug. The moment you open up your pizza to pineapple, it ends up overpowering the whole pizza, and then before you know it, everything else plays second fiddle to your pineapple on that pizza. We are going to bookmark that and take these super chats and then come back to it. Imperial Beats, thank you for the $50 super chat. Thank you so much for that, man. Thank you for your continued big time support of the show and this community. Thank you so much, man. Says, I feel like Buterin said that to cover up the rumors of him being friends with the founder of Shiba Inu and why 50% of Shiba circulation was gifted to him. There are pics in different locations with Buterin petting a Shiba and the same guy next to him. Interesting theory. I will disseminate that though, and I will push back on that theory respectively. Imperial Beats. So that whole debacle with the Shiba Inu coin and Buterin's involvement in it, what happened was, for those who don't know, and I see the other super chat. Anytime you super chat and it doesn't seem like I'm getting to you, I always get you. I never forget about you guys. I'll never forget about you guys in your super chats. So I'm getting to it. So what happened was, the Shiba Inu, the founders of the Shiba Inu token decided to gift, quote unquote, gift 50% of their token supply to his wallet without him even having a say in it. Anybody can deposit anything into a crypto wallet. Okay. You can't really decide who's going to deposit and give you currency. And so that's what happened. And what Shiba Inu, in my opinion, did, and I know some of you guys are Shiba Inu holders here, and I'm not saying you shouldn't be, because at the end of the day, even though some of these companies like Shiba Inu, I don't like the way they operate. I don't like the concept. Some people still have made decent money off them, and for some people, they're able to separate just their bottom line earnings from perhaps the culture surrounding it. I think Shiba Inu is one of those kind of investments. So the Shiba Inu token, what they did, they called it a burn, okay? And BSC tokens will often make big burns in attempt to drive up the value of their product. So right out of the gate, the Shiba Inu token was like, oh, we're making a quadrillion, but we're burning half of it right out of the gate. I'm like, and then when I investigated further, I'm like, wait, you guys aren't burning it. You're giving half of the Shiba Inu tokens by just depositing half of your inventory into Buterin's wallet without him even having a say in it. Right? So then what happened is...
Yeah, that's not a burn.
Yeah, that's not a burn. So it's like, and I remember going back and forth with some folks in that community. I'm like, which one is it? Was it a gifted or a burn? It was a gifted burn. I'm like, you guys are now just making up statements. You guys are just making up new definitions for things. So it's just silly. So then what Buterin did, he woke up, and I said this literally the day before I said this on this program with Nick Balls on here. We were talking about it, and I was like, I have a feeling Buterin's not going to like this, man. He's going to wait, because also with all this that they're doing to him, it's putting tremendous It's driving up the gas fees that the Ethereum's already having a tough time dealing with and recalibrating on. I said, he didn't ask for this. I bet you he wakes up one day and he just cashes it all out to spite him. And then it will send the Shibu value straight down. It'll tank it. Sure enough, right when I wake up the next day, I wake up to countless messages and people telling me that's exactly what happened. They're like, you called it. You literally called it. He just did it. So what he did is he cashed out all the Shiba tokens in his wallet. And what he did is he gave it all to charity.
Wow.
Yeah, he gave it all away to charity. And some people had a problem with it because they're like, well, those investors should decide what charity. I'm like, you know what? No, they knew what they were getting themselves into. If you were investing in the Shiba Inu token that calls itself the Dogecoin killer, that's what it calls itself. If you're going to get into a sketchy token that calls itself that, just understand that you're going to probably deal with some added risks. Okay. That's all I'm saying. And so this is one of those things that happened. So Imperial, I don't think it was, I explained all that to explain to you, I don't think there was any nefarious collusion with Shiba Inu token and Ethereum. In fact, I think it was the opposite. I think he taught them a valuable lesson. That's how I interpret it anyway. So I hope maybe that helps you on your opinion of it. I don't know, but that's my take on it. So I hope that puts you at ease, my friend. Imperial Beats also coming in with $5. Thanks again. Just to clear up, he donated 10% and locked the other 40% in his wallet per my research. I don't know if that's true. Now, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm going to have to do more research on that before I speak on that further, but I don't think that's the case, but I'll have to do more research on it. Beef Supreme coming through with $5. Thank you, Beef Supreme. Okay, I got to read this in a true Beef Supreme voice. This is ridiculous. Okay. Beef Supreme coming through with a $5 super chat. He says, be a beefy legend. Be a supreme hero. Be a god with a VIP membership with Steven Steele. Doge life. That is awesome. Thank you, Beef Supreme. I love two terms that you use there in your super chat. One is beefy god and supreme hero, and be a god with a VIP membership. I loved it all, man. I can't even like pick out one thing that I like more than the other. I liked your entire super chat. So thank you, Beef Supreme. Appreciate it so much. But Imperial Beats, I will look more into that. I don't think that's the case, but I will look more into that. And I do have some pretty good, who I consider to be pretty credible sources around that story. So, okay. So, I think that we are on the precipice of something potentially incredibly extraordinary. As Sam was talking about before I got into that tangent there, I think it is, and she feels that way too, that it is quite likely that there already have been some talks between Mr. Buterin and Mr. Musk about Doge and Ethereum pairing and working side by side. I do think that it's a pretty fair probability that both Dogecoin and that's what I've been saying all along, both Dogecoin and Ethereum are going to continue to take a bite and more power out of Bitcoin dominance going forward. And I think that's only the power of Doge and Ethereum are only going to continue to increase going forward, while Bitcoin's dominance will continue to decrease. Now, I'm not saying that Bitcoin is not going to continue to be a valuable store of a valuable asset. I'm not saying that at all. I do think it probably will continue to be that, but its level of dominance that it has carried in the past will begin to decrease. And that's why you're seeing these guys freak out so badly right now, is because all us new investors, a lot of us folks in Dogecoin, all this new flux of investors, and Elon, we're kind of rising up, so to speak, and just saying, I'm not sure if we're cool with Bitcoin controlling the the health of Bitcoin dictating the entire market. I'm not sure if people are happy about that. Are you happy about that, Sam?
Sorry, my mind is elsewhere at the moment. I'm just on Twitter. Say that again. The thing with being on my phone and doing this is that I have to get out of like everything.
In order for,
and my mind was I was just reading something.
So
I'm going to send it to you. We can talk about that.
So do you have a laptop, Sam?
I do have a laptop, but it's kind of playing up again.
That's okay. But going forward, I've learned the best combination is to have your phone for the Discord and then have your laptop open so you can see the chat and you can interact with the chat live on the screen.
Yeah.
So what I do is I mute my laptop so I can see the chat and keep in touch with what's going on in chat while listening to each other.
Yes.
Just a hint.
That's a good idea.
Just
I need to do that because at the moment I've got like 5 different things open on my phone.
Yeah.
And my mind was just like, I was just deep into reading this while you were.
No,
I'm so sorry. I was like deep into reading this.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
And I was like, shit. I'm not just viewing. I'm actually here.
Yes. No, it's all right. No worries, Sam. So, what did you discover anything on your phone there worthy of mention?
No, not publicly. Just to you.
Okay. Very good. Well, okay. I will check my inbox for goodies. So, yeah. Victor, good evening, Stephen Steele. Good evening, Victor. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. So, as I was saying, Sam, is that I do think that's a very high probability at this point that Mr. Buterin has been at least in talks with Elon Musk about what they can do to maximize the effectiveness and the pairing of technologies between to make both Dogecoin and Ethereum more effective for each other. I think that's a very high probability. I mean, Elon Musk, this is a guy that has revealed to have been in regular talks with Dogecoin developers over almost the last 4 years. We've recently learned. So this is a guy who's very serious about his dog money, very serious about it being here to stay. And that's why another thing too, despite this Coinbase announcement, people are wondering, and rightfully, I get it. There's definitely some anxiety like, how come the value of Dogecoin isn't higher in light of the Doge or in light of the Coinbase news? Well, number one, the whole market's down. And number two, this is turning into a very long-term kind of scenario, you guys. And I don't think the real big money in Dogecoin is going to really jump this thing until this groundwork really starts becoming obvious. I do think a pairing between Ethereum and Dogecoin is likely imminent. And to me, that's going to likely put the value of Dogecoin and both Dogecoin and Ethereum on steroids, folks. And then secondly, Elon is meticulously working to make sure everything's in place before he drops these developments, before he drops the news. And the kind of news that we can expect is Dogecoin and Tesla merging, where Tesla will be accepting Dogecoin. And when that is solidified and that's announced, that's when a lot of people that are just kind of sitting on the fence, waiting a lot of big time investors, are sitting on the fence, seeing which direction these winds are headed. And the moment that's announced too, I think that's when we're going to see just tremendous portions of money just run it up, just run up the dog money. So
and he's really smart in the way he does things. He obviously lets on less than what he actually knows, and I don't think a guy like him, with the amount of attention he has on him, I really don't think he's going to publicly back a coin without knowing like this is going to be good shit. Can you imagine Elon saying, sorry guys, I fucked up. Oops, sorry, it's daytime. Sorry guys, I stuffed up. Like Doge isn't going anywhere. It's going to fail. I'm sorry. He's not going to do that. That's not going to happen. He's way too smart of a guy to put his name behind this coin. And really it is, when you think of Dogecoin, you think of Elon.
Yeah.
I just don't see him letting this go anywhere else but up.
That is a very epic and true statement. I think that's very well said. Samantha, and you should put that into a tweet, because just as Samantha said, I think she summed that up very nicely and succinctly and simply, where she said, I don't see Elon taking this, specifically Dogecoin, anywhere else but up. I mean, honestly, folks, can you see at this stage in the game Elon taking Dogecoin anywhere else but up? Anywhere else but up.
100% not. And he's definitely going to accept Doge for Tesla. Like, that's not even a doubt. It's going to happen.
Yeah, big agree there. Another thing I want to discuss in relation to this, which is very, very interesting. Yeah, I'm just getting your stuff there.
Yeah, that's something we can probably chat about later. Otherwise, we'll get too into it.
Yep, totally. There is two the biggest crypto content creators on the internet, Alex Becker and BitBoy Crypto. Last night, Elon tweeted, okay, I will check it, guys. Don't worry. I see it. They were tweeting last night that they feel that Elon should go to prison for what he's doing. And it was just really over the top kind of rhetoric. And what's interesting today is that Alex Becker changed the bio on his Twitter, and his whole timeline out of nowhere. So on his Twitter bio, it says Doge Maxi, and then it says there's numerous tweets. There's probably 6 or 7 pro Doge tweets all in a row. Team Doge, let's get on with the flippening. Unpopular point of view. After a lot of thought, I support Elon trashing BTC at this point. Elon is going to make this happen. I'm anti-Bitcoin at this point, beyond tired of its hold on the market and its maxis, and on it goes, right? I can't tell because what's interesting is this is a guy that just less than 24 hours ago that said Elon should be in prison for what he's doing, and then has a history of disparaging both Elon and Doge. I can't tell if this is just shit posting, him taking the piss, or him genuinely having a change of heart. Either way, it's just interesting. Like, it's interesting. So far, he hasn't retracted any of that stuff or just like said, yeah, guys, I was joking, I was trolling. He hasn't done that yet. It's quite possible that he's seen a lot of the stuff that I'm starting to put together behind the scenes as well. I think, in my opinion, the writing on the wall is clear for Doge and for Elon. And in my opinion, anybody who's betting heavily against Elon at this point is doing so at their own peril. So, yeah, Elon is shaking up Bitcoin dominance. You guys, it's going to get a little ugly. The market's definitely going to take a hit from shaking that up. You know, rattling the gates of power isn't going to be this, super easy thing to do. It's going to come with some sacrifices. So shaking up and challenging Bitcoin dominance, which is what we need to do. Honestly, you guys, this is absolute bullshit that we have to survive in a crypto market that is solely dictated on the health of one coin. That is not good. That is not a good thing. And no matter what way you spin it, you can't convince me that's a good thing. So if that means that the whole market's got to take a steep downturn for a bit in order to break that dominance so that dog money can rise, so that Ethereum can rise, and so that other very, very credible and strong utility coins can make more people more money, and we can bring more utility and more accessibility to digital currency, then so be it. Then so be it. Now, I don't wish any ill will on Bitcoin. I want to see it continue to thrive and to be a reliable, appreciating asset. Like, you know, it's pretty much evolved into a digital gold at this point. I think that's probably its best use case as leverage against fiat. That's great, but we can't let them we can't let them dictate the rest of our success. That's not fair. So what I see is Elon acknowledging that and pushing back in a good way, but also saying, hey, I'm not trying to bury Bitcoin. Like, I still love Bitcoin, and we still owe a lot to Bitcoin in terms of it being the foundation for a lot of this technology, the blockchain foundation for a lot of this technology, upon which many other ideas were inspired and built off of. I have big respect for that. But that doesn't give them the right to keep progress and opportunities of everybody else down. Do you have any thoughts on that, Sam?
I'm just tweeting again. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, you are fired.
I need to open my laptop. I'm doing that tweet that you said I should do that tweet.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You're doing what I'm just giving you a hard time. I know you're doing your best.
I'm just writing my tweet. So I'm atting Elon Musk now because I know he's online, so I'll at him now. Okay. Elon Musk is a smart man. He won't take Doge anywhere else but up. And then I'm going to hashtag to Mars.
To Mars. I like that. To Mars.
To Mars. Skip the moon. Let's go to Mars.
Yes, I love it. 100%. I love it.
Okay. That's it. That's me off Twitter. So if somebody else says something about Twitter, I'm not going there because my mind I just end up in Twitter and not on chat. So I'm here, I'm in chat. My phone is just focused on chat right now. Fun rockets.
Okay, I need to respond to this too. I see. Oh my gosh.
Did you see it?
I'm seeing the response, what Elon was responding to. He's responding to that same video that I was referring to earlier in the show.
A hell of a drug.
Yes.
He's hilarious. I love that guy. And he's
great.
So confident, you know. He's so confident. That's why I'm like, I love him to bits, and I think he is the best person for Dogecoin because he's the richest man in the world, but he wants everyone else to succeed as well. And he wants to take people to Mars. I honestly believe that us, like normal people who live paycheck to paycheck, we might be able to get to Mars, you know, because of him. He doesn't want to just take Bitcoiners with him, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. He definitely has a lot of populist sentiments that other people in his position and access do not have. So I just responded to...
for the people, and it's really good to see someone like him with what he has supporting the people. I think it's great. I love him to bits.
Yeah, I have to respond to this twice. I sorry because
now you're focused on Twitter.
Well, now why I empathize with you on this is because to do this show, you have to keep one eye on Twitter at all times. Like you have to.
You have to. And you can't read. It's like physically impossible to read something and listen to something at the same time. Like, I'm a woman, I am a mum, but I can't do that shit.
Yeah, I've actually I can't do it like super effectively, but I can do it to a degree. I've developed it where I can do it to a certain degree now.
Well, I can't do it well enough to trust myself to do that. Like, if you were to ask me a question and I'm in the middle of like reading a tweet or writing a tweet, I'll just like fluff it up. So that's why I'm honest. I'm just like, sorry, I was in Twitter.
Yeah. What's there's so much to make fun of here right now, you guys. So what Elon did, Elon responded to the footage of the two Bitcoin maxis just going nuts on the stage and literally screaming F Elon at the top of their lungs. And then all Elon responded was with hell of a drug, LOL. And, and I responded with Bitcoinect, and then hashtag boomercoin, because I'm just kind of trying to get their goat a bit. A few super chats coming in through right now. Big energy coming in the chat right now. Big energy coming in the show. Influxing here. This is great, you guys. I love it. Here we go. Isaac Castile, you changed your name back from whatever it was last night. Isaac Castile, welcome back to your previous name and identity. $10 super chat. Appreciate that, Isaac. He says, when I think Doge, I don't think Elon. I think Doge after dark with Steele, brother. I love it. I'm glad Elon is on the Doge train, but we are the coal that propels our train. There's room in our caboose. I love it. I love it.
Yes, and I've said that before. We love Elon. We love that he's on the team, but we need to do it without him. You know, there was one time when people were like, oh my God, Elon, tweet, you have to do something, like do something, but we can handle this.
I love it. And I love Isaac says, you know, when I think of Doge, I think of Steele. I think of Doge after dark. And to add to your final point there, Isaac, you know I am fond of a nice caboose. Anyone that watches my show, watches my video edits, knows that comes as no surprise. Erectile Reptile coming in with a $20 super chat. Thank you, Erectile Reptile. I hope you're going to tell me about how your game is coming along with the ladies. Fact, Norway has a 25-year statute of limitation on murder. This means if the murder happened more than 25 years ago, they cannot be charged. I hope you're not revealing something about your past, Erectile Reptile. If you move to Norway, I won't say anything. I'll just assume that I know what happened. No, but I'm just kidding. Erectile Reptile he super chats every day, and he always gives just a random fun fact that I had never known the previous day. So thank you for that, Erectile Reptile. And then he says, I DM'd you the mall update on Twitter if you would like to read for chat. Okay, with the booty emoji. I got it. Okay, so I am currently soft assisting Erectile Reptile on bringing more women into his life. Put it that way. So doing what I can. Trying to do what I can to bless this young man with the Steele effect. I'll just see what I can do there. So I will take a look, and thank you again, Erectile Reptile, for that. Yeah, what do you say? We are the coal. I love that. We are the coal that fuels Elon's Doge train. What do you say to that, Sam?
Yes, I think that's why he's not using us, but he's like building us up, hyping us up, because he knows he's only one person. He doesn't want all of this on his shoulders. He needs us like we need him. And I think all together, we're a good team.
All together.
It's great to be
Oh my gosh. I don't know if most people got it, but when I posted a few people got it, but I posted on Twitter, there was this super scam coin years ago called BitConnect, and they since got busted and charged and things like that. And it was a big racket. It was called BitConnect. And there's infamous footage on YouTube of a guy named Carlos from speaking people and motivating people up. He's a very funny animated speaking style at a BitConnect conference, right? And so he's got an infamous shout for saying, the BitConnect. And so, so what I tweeted out earlier tonight, under the description of those two guys going nuts at the Bitcoin conference, I said Bitcoinect, and I just changed the spelling a little bit. I think, but this is what it sounded like. We're gonna put Carlos on the mic for just about just 1 minute. 1 minute here.
Hey, everybody. My name is Carlos Matos, and I am coming from New York City, New York. Let me tell you guys that I am so excited. I am so happy. I am really so thrilled to be right now sharing this amazing, glorious, super, and exciting moment of my life with all of you guys. And let me tell you that we are really changing the world as we know it. The world is not anymore the way it used to be. No. Be connected.
Wow!
And let me tell you that I am actually earning around 100.
That to me is what.
I can't hear it very well. I can hear it a little bit.
Oh, you couldn't hear it very well?
No, it was like cutting up, I think.
Oh, okay. Just look it up on your own time. You won't regret it. It's funny. Beef Supreme coming in with a $6.69 super chat. Thank you for your $6.94 super chat, Beef Supreme. Hey, Sammy, can you give us a beefy perspective on Doge in Australia? Do they love the Doge in Australia, Samantha?
No, I hardly hear about it, but I was actually really excited. Recently, my cousin, who I don't see very often, so he doesn't know, he doesn't talk to me enough to know that I'm in crypto and I love Doge. But he came to my mum's party the other day. He's like, "Oh, have you heard about Doge?" I'm like, "Have I heard about Doge? Of course I've heard about Doge." He's like, "Oh yeah, all my friends at work are talking about it and I just got some." So it was really cool to hear someone start talking to me about Doge before me mentioning it to them.
Yeah, so you finally came across another Aussie that just started talking to you about mentioning Dogecoin?
Yes, and it was my cousin. Oh, wait a sec. Actually, his sister, who's my cousin that I speak to all the time, I got her to buy Doge. So I'm thinking now she might have mentioned it to him, but he said he found out about it at work. So we'll just go with that. So yeah, there is people out there that know about it, but it's not as crazy as it is over with you guys. We don't hear about it a lot. Crypto's not very popular here, I don't think. The people that I speak to, and they have no idea what it even is. You say crypto, they say, "Oh, Bitcoin."
That's the only one they know so far.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, God, you're missing out. It's so much fun.
Yeah, it's a lot more fun once you look outside of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's not very fun anymore.
Bitcoin's not fun at all.
Yeah, they're not a very fun crew. When you think of Bitcoin, you don't think fun. Rock Lobster coming in big with the $50 super chat. Thank you so much, Rock Lobster. Really appreciate the generous super chat and your continued support for the show, this community, and the Dogecoin community at large. Appreciate it. Attention, all planets of the Solar Federation. We have assumed control. Rock Lobster says, "Attention, all planets of the Solar Federation. We have assumed control." Thank you so much. And I am all about your big solar energy, my friend. I love it. I love it. Thanks for bringing it. Really appreciate it, Rock Lobster. For coming in big. Really appreciate it, man. Beef Supreme says, "The Rock Lobster doing supreme things." I agree. 100. Loving the energy in the chat tonight, you guys. Absolutely. We've got that. Hey. What's Bitcoin Connect? Yeah, so yeah, Bitcoin Connect. So this is really funny to see Elon make fun of these guys in real time, isn't it?
Yes. It's hilarious. It's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, especially since we were just doing it, and then to see him kind of jump on there.
Yeah. I think he's listening. Surely he would have listened to something. Like, he would have popped into the show for a little bit just to see what's going on. I was going to say he gets bored like us, but maybe he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't scroll on YouTube and watch YouTube videos, do you think? I think he's too busy.
Wait, what's that? Do you think that you really think Elon might have popped to listen in on the show at one point?
I think so. I think there's not many people that are like mad about Doge and just stream mostly about Doge. I think he loves it, so surely he's popped onto YouTube.
Yeah, I know he's definitely checked out Matt Wallace's material, Final Stand. I don't know if he's reached all the way down here to our little galaxy within a galaxy over here.
You're so real, and you're just amazing. Like, Matt's good in his own way, but you're like even better in your own way. You know, I don't know. I'm done.
No, I appreciate it. You know, I appreciate it. You know, something I said on Twitter earlier today, you know, when I was making just an interesting observation, and that interesting observation was that I've noticed over the last, 24 hours or so, most of the top, with the exception of Matt Wallace, of course, but most of the top, most popular crypto influencers, most popular crypto influencers have been criticizing Elon Musk, have been disparaging Elon. And, I just wanted to make something clear. I am not, you guys, a crypto influencer. I don't think of myself that way. I don't want to be that. I've never wanted to be that. I am a talk show host that happens to have a strong affinity for crypto. I am a talk show host with a background in such things, with a passion for these kind of things and for this kind of format, that happens to love crypto, and I happen to love Doge. And so that's the kind of perspective that you get, I think, here, that you don't necessarily get other places. You know what I mean? Where and we talk about it in different ways than you get in other places, and the topics that we cover, range are a lot more varied than you would get in other places. And two, one of these things as well is, part of keeping the excitement going and keeping a fun community going is making sure you're having fun along the way, making sure you're not just making sure people aren't getting bored. I mean, I don't want to just every day do technical analysis, day in, day out, over and over again. To me, I have no interest in being that guy. There's a zillion channels you can go to for that. I'm just not one of those things. I like to talk about crypto. I like to talk about the dynamics around it. I like to tell people stories and find out how they've gotten to where they are, what's motivating them, and why. I think all these kinds of narratives, and not just exploring those narratives with my guests, but exploring those narratives and getting to know those narratives within the community members. To me, all those things combined are a lot more interesting,
100%, I agree. And with crypto, it's hard, mostly Doge, it's hard to keep talking about it every single day. And then when you don't talk about it, when there's nothing really happening, people are like, oh, why aren't you talking about this? Why aren't you talking about this? So it's good that you put yourself out there, that you are not just Doge, and everyone that follows you knows that they can come in and they can join in late night and hear all the stories and get to know other people as well and their stories.
Yeah.
So I think that's really good about you. It's not just a Doge crypto show. We talk about everything, and it's great.
Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that. As Isaac Castillo coming in with a $5 super chat. Steven, your Alex Jones voice is fully operational. Doge is one hell of a drug, brother. I don't know if I can do, or maybe I'm unknowingly doing an Alex Jones impersonation, but if I were to try, I guess it would kind of sound like this. I'm going to try to read your super chat in more of an Alex Jones voice. Steven, your Alex Jones voice is fully operational. Doge, one hell of a drug, brother. I couldn't do that one very long. That one really scratches up the throat. But I've always been I think without getting any of the politics of it, I do think Alex Jones is a both intentionally and unintentionally hilarious personality. I'd love to have him on the show. Actually, I think he would make for a hysterical guest. Where were we? I hope Doge still exists when mobile devices can 3D print us Doge bought gifts from each other, sent amongst ourselves. Sounds lofty, but I could see it going down. Absolutely, I could see it going down. Someone says, nah, not bad on the Alex Jones. I know it wasn't the best. But I felt for the super chat, I had to give it the old college try.
Let's just say it was a lot better than your Aussie accent.
That's not saying much. I think about any accent that I were to try, any impersonation that I were to try would be by default better than my attempts at an Australian accent. I'm sure you would agree.
Yes, I agree.
What did I say? I'm not going to attempt it again right now, but what does my Australian accent sound like to you, Sam?
Oh God, it was not even close. I don't think it was even anything on this earth. Oh, you're funny. It was kind of like a mixture. Like if I was gonna say shit, my sister's here with my kids, but she's not. I was gonna say if we were to go to Mars and like start a population there, like people from all different parts of the world, then maybe that would be their accent.
Yeah. I think what I have to do, I think the secret is with it, Sam. I think I'd have to take it just one word at a time. I think I should work on good Australian impersonation pronunciation, just one word at a time.
Yeah, I think you have to do it. Definitely. I've done enough American accents for you to give me a decent Aussie accent back.
That's fair, actually. I find your attempts at the American accent pretty good, pretty endearing, actually, pretty funny. I think they're like a mix between. They're cute because like half of the sentence will be totally American sounding, and then the other half of the sentence will still be totally Aussie sounding. So it's just like it's like 50-50. But like for half the sentence,
I was great at American accents because I grew up playing Barbies and we just put on that accent. Here I was thinking I'm great, and you're like, gosh, this girl.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of want to hear you do it now.
Maybe I could do the show like in American accent the whole time.
Wow, that would be that. Yeah, I like that.
Like give me another name or something. Oh yeah, there was a bit of Aussie in that one. Another name. There we go.
I like the another name.
Another name. That it's kind of hard because I can, now that I'm listening, I can hear my Aussie coming in there. Beef Supreme. Can we get an American accent from Sammy? Well, I'm trying. I'm really trying.
She's trying. I've heard her do it. It's actually pretty good. It's like I said, it's like half. It sounds half authentic American, and then it's like half Australian still.
I try. Look, guys, I'm really trying my hardest.
That's good. I'm really trying my hardest.
I need to have a Barbie doll in my hand and like not have the phone, because I think holding the phone in my hand, I'm trying to do it more, but if I was just like sitting down playing Barbies, it would come to me more naturally.
Yeah. See, I need to start with one word at a time, like Bobbies.
Barbie.
Bobby.
Barbie. No, you got too much emphasis on the E.
Okay.
Barbie. You still sound like a pong.
What? That sounded Australian.
Not really.
Let's try another word.
Say, how are you? It's kind of easy. Wait, how?
How?
You still sound like a pommy.
A what?
A pommy.
What's a pommy?
You sound like English.
Well, I am English, sweetheart. I'm half English, so I would try. Okay, let's how?
You.
Yeah.
God, it's so easy for me. I don't know how it's so hard for you.
How are you?
Oh, closer. You.
How are you?
Hang on a sec. My partner's asking where the kids are. They're not home. They're at Amy's. Because. Oh, he's getting a beer. He might join in and chat later. He can't do Aussie either.
See? How are you?
Yeah.
How are you?
You sound like this guy. When I was at high school,
Yeah, go on.
so I went to primary school with this guy and he had like a massive crush on me. And then when I was at high school, his school came to my school. We did like a challenge cup thing that we did every year. And some of my girlfriends came and they were like, oh, this guy, he's looking for you. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I went over and I'm like, hey. And he started singing me that song, you know, that song, and I would walk 500 miles. And you know that song?
I would walk 500 more. Yes.
Yes.
The Proclaimers.
And he's like, just to be that man who, walks 500 miles. I don't know. He said something. And then at the end of it, he's like, yeah, exactly like you said it to you.
That's what he finished it off with?
Oh, yes. It was very, very weird. And I was like, okay, thank you. Bye.
So he just serenaded you the song randomly?
He serenaded me in like the back field. And there was heaps of people around. Like
backfield? Did he like, hold the phone. How did you two arrive in a backfield alone and then where he started singing the song to you?
There was like a whole bunch of people because it was a challenge cup. We had his school and my school all on this field. And then when I'd seen him, I was like, oh, hey, because I hadn't seen him since primary school. And he's like, and he was singing the song and he's like, to you, or yeah, something like that. And I was just like, and I remember it. I remember it clear as day. And I was kind of like, oh, well, thank you.
So okay, I'm confused, but I need to know the story. Like, how did were you on a date when he serenaded you, or was it just after school?
At school. It was during school, during the Challenge Cup. People were playing sports everywhere, like people were mingling. There was a bunch of people everywhere. And he just started singing like that he would walk 500 miles for you.
For you?
Yes.
So you guys were on were you guys on the playground when this transpired?
No, so it's just like the back oval. And everyone was down there. There was people everywhere, and
hold on. That's some more Australian like lingo. What's the back oval?
So it's like, you know, when you're at school and you have like the paddock, like the oval that you play football on, and you have your lunch.
Okay, now we know what you're talking about. Yes, continue. So
what do you call that?
It's just a football field.
Well, we don't call it a football field. Like, we're not as football-y as you guys. We just call it like the back oval.
The back oval. Okay. So you guys were in the oval. You guys were in the back oval, and then he got you 1-on-1 at this point?
No, so he was there, like he didn't have anyone with him, and I was there with like my friends. There was maybe about 8 of us girls, and then there was like people sitting in the stands and people everywhere, like walking back and forwards. It was packed. There was heaps of people, and this guy I went to primary school with just like found me and just was like, just sang me the song.
Did he sing the whole song?
I don't remember. The most part I remember is you. The way he said it as well, and the way his like neck moved, like he was really, really into it.
Wow. So you're just hanging out. And how old were you? What grade was this?
I think I might have been in like year 7 or 8.
Okay, so this was like junior
maybe
high.
like, yeah, and yeah, he found me and I was like, oh, hey. And then he just started singing this song and I was like, oh, thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Brutal.
Oh, I've got to go now.
So he's like, hi, Samantha. You're like, hi. And then he said, when I wake up.
I don't even actually think that he said hi. Yeah, that's it. That's the part. When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you.
Okay, so he was like, you're like, hey, how's it? What, do you remember what his name was?
Yeah, his name was Warren.
Okay, let's try to do a dramatic reenactment of this. Okay, so let's just like pretend we're both, just hanging out, back on the oval like young Aussie kids do. All right, on the back side of the oval. What are you doing on the back side of the oval usually, Sam?
Well, normally I don't really go down there because I'm not sporty, but because it was Challenge Cup, everyone was down there.
Okay, so you had to be a bit sporty that day.
Yeah, the only time I ever went down to the back oval was to like hide and smoke cigarettes so the teacher didn't see us.
Oh, very good. Very good. You sounded like a real ideal junior hire.
Oh, I was, yeah, typical.
So you were hanging out, looking a bit sporty. Were you smoking a cigarette?
Oh, no. It was full of people, full of teachers, full of people, 2 different schools. So there was a lot of people around.
Was there any of your girlfriends with you when this transpired?
Yeah, and they were all just like looking at him and looking at me and looking at him, and they're just like, what the hell is going on here?
And his name is Ryan?
Warren.
Oh, Warren. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, so, you're hanging out, and then, here I come, just kind of strutting along. Did Warren even say hello?
So I think I might have been going off the field, towards the exit, like the gate, and he was coming in, and it's like as soon as he seen me, pretty much just like ran over, and I was like, oh, hey, because obviously I'd heard that he was looking for me.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, hey, how you going? And then he just started singing this song.
And so you're like, hey, how's it going? And then he like just interrupted you and he said, when I wake up, well, I'm gonna be the man that wakes up next to you, or you. When I go out, I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you.
I actually think, like, and this guy now, like, we're friends on Facebook. I would, like, comment on his stuff. So everything's good. Like, I'm a nice girl, so I wasn't, like, mean to him. But I was like, okay, bye. And, like, as I was walking away, I'm pretty sure he was still singing the rest of the song.
That's really sad. That's really sad, man.
I wonder if he remembers. But, it was just... I was not expecting it at all.
That is really sad. So you walked away, and then you could just hear in the distance, well, I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk
he was right behind me.
Where did Sam go? I'm the man who rolls 1,000 miles at her door.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it went, except I was like trying to walk away and he was like still singing behind me.
He's like, I will walk 500 miles to fall down at your door. You're like, I just want to walk 1 mile in the opposite direction of where you think my door is. Right. Yeah, absolutely. Faded Polo.
Yeah.
Faded Polo coming in with $2. Thank you, Faded Polo. Doge just hit $1, guys. Just practicing, LOL. Nice try, Faded Polo. If you haven't noticed, there's literally a big screen right in front of us with a giant chart. But it's cute nevertheless. And thank you for your $2 super chat there.
What a conversation for my partner to come home to.
Yes. I mean, sometimes truth is stranger than fiction, guys. Sometimes truth is stranger than fiction. Guys, this is your man, Steven Steele, coming to you live on Steven Steele Live, where we are discussing Australian serenades in the back of the oval, Dogecoin and Ethereum takeover with special guest Aussie Samantha, and so much more. So, getting back to a little bit of what's going on in the cryptosphere, I am checking back on Elon's Twitter right now, and there seems to be a lot of action going on there now. Is a hell of a drug, and that is referring to the old sarcastic saying, cocaine is a hell of a drug. Kind of making fun of these guys. And it's already got 6,000 likes on his response to that. And I definitely gotten some traction with the meme that I made yesterday with a woman screaming, looking terrified. And it says in big, bold letters, OMG, Elon memed, someone call the cops right now. And it says Bitcoin maxis. So Beef Supreme coming through with the $5 super chat. Thank you, Beef Supreme. Says, I would walk 6,900 miles for Sammy. Oh, wow. What do you say, Sam?
I would do the same for you. And I will I will start eating Beef Supreme pizza instead of chicken.
Deal. I gotta say, a Beef Supreme pizza does sound better to me than a Chicken Supreme pizza.
Oh, but the chicken was so good. It was like real proper chicken. It was just, it was really yummy. And I don't normally get Supreme. I'm more of like a pepperoni kind of girl.
Yeah.
But I just seen the photo of it and I'm like, I have to have that like in and around my mouth.
Okay, so she sometimes.
Not one I lined up, Stephen.
Yes. Sometimes, Sam knows what she likes when she sees it, and when she does, she says to herself, I need that gotta have it in and around my mouth. So there you have it. Your words, not mine. So no one come after me. No one come after me. Her words, not mine, guys. Guys, this has been a lot of fun, and we are going to continue a little bit longer here. And just to let you know, my memberships started. I got approved through partnership on YouTube just 2 days ago to begin membership. So I have 3 membership tiers that I'm now able to offer that I've been really active in, and going to be continuing to be active in putting out exclusive content, membership content. And you can look at those options at the link pinned at the top of the chat if that's something that interests you. Try chicken Thai pizza, someone said in the chat. I like chicken Thai pizza.
Ooh,
if it's done right, I think it's very tasty. It's got a little of that tanginess to it. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, Beef Supreme said, but if the chicken has barbecue sauce on pizza, I'm down. Yes, it did have barbecue sauce. It was like a barbecue chicken Supreme. It was really yummy.
Barbecue chicken Supreme is really yummy. So, someone says I'll stick with cheese pizza. I cannot just do the cheese pizza. I will not have pizza if it's just cheese. I gotta have lots of stuff on it. Mr. Zero Fox coming through with every single emoji in membership existence. Awesome. I love it. And welcome.
Oh my God, I forgot to tell you.
Yeah, lay it on me.
You know how we were having a conversation last time about me not having a ring yet?
I do remember that very distinctly.
eat a whole punnet of Kinners to get that ring.
Okay.
So we're skipping all of that, and we're just going to get married.
What? Is it official now?
Yeah, well, I don't have a ring, but we're just gonna do it. We're gonna skip the whole "will you marry me" engagement thing, because obviously, obviously I'm gonna marry him. So we're just gonna go straight to planning a wedding.
Well, congratulations. Is it for sure?
It's the way that I do things. I'm very random.
Yeah.
I actually want to just tell my family and stuff and friends that it's an engagement party and just surprise them with a wedding
Say party again.
party. Party.
Party.
And I'm going to have to live stream it so that you guys can come to my wedding party.
I would love to come to your wedding party.
Yes, because we have family in New Zealand as well. So we're just going to have a live stream as well so people can still be in on it.
Maybe I could show part of your wedding live stream on Steele Live.
Maybe. And you know what? I want it to be in summer, which is not coming up. We've just come into winter, but I want it to be this year. So we're just gonna wham bam get married.
Wham bam marriage, man.
Yes. Just
only
skip
took-
everything else and just go straight for the wedding.
It only took how long?
We've been together almost 6 years.
No,
And
that's
we've
a good.
got a 4.5-year-old.
No, I'm just giving you shit. That's actually a good healthy amount to be together with someone, and plus you're raising a child together, so you're not going
so we
in
know
on
each other well enough
pretty
to know
well.
that,
It's about as well you're going to know someone at that point. Yep,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly. And we still have fun together. We still muck around together, and it's just we've got a lot of love, definitely.
Okay, let's not get too sappy here. Okay, we'll bring in the live stream for a bit. We're gonna check up on you. We're gonna do we're gonna see the wedding cake and all that stuff. So you think we can make that happen?
I think it's gonna be major. I think I'm gonna just get get my sister to make a cake or something. I'm very, very, very basic. I'm not materialistic at all. So my wedding's not going to be at a function center and all that stuff. I'm going to just get married by the beach because that's where we met and we both love the beach. So yeah, so that's what's going to happen. Just a
That's
nice
awesome.
wedding by
Sounds
the beach.
beautiful. Sounds simple and beautiful. So do you think there's a possibility?
And it all came about because I was talking to you about it the other day. It was the next day he rang me at work and he's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I said, "Just planning our wedding." He goes, "Wedding?" And I'm like, "Yeah, where do you want it? This is where I want it." He's like, "Oh no, this is where I want it." And then he gets home from work and he goes, "So, wedding, huh?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "You're crazy." So that's what we're doing. We're just doing a random, just gonna get married.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And that is what we call the Steele effect, ladies and gentlemen. The Steele effect. See?
Yes.
See the profound effect this show has on people's lives. It moves.
The Steele effect. I might have a sign in the background of my wedding, someone holding up a sign saying the Steele effect.
I love it. That's definitely the wedding inspired by the Steele effect. So yeah, if you could just set some sort of live stream up, that'd be fun.
Yeah, you can be the commentator.
I would love to narrate it.
Yes.
I will narrate it in the most epic voice possible. You just do
It's gonna be fun.
I do a play-by-play.
Yes.
I like that. How many of you guys put sriracha on your pizza? Do you have sriracha sauce over there in Australia?
Oh, I think we do, but I've not tasted it. It's the green stuff, isn't it?
No, it's the red. It's the bright red. There's a giant cock on it. It's a rooster. A rooster.
Okay.
Yeah. Get your mind out of the gutter, please, for the love of God, Samantha. 80s Zexus coming in. 80s Zexus coming in with a $5 super chat. Thank you, 80s Zexus. My neighbors are from Sydney. What are some words or turn of phrase I can use to impress them? Okay. Sam, we got a little advice?
That's a really hard one to impress an Aussie.
From Sydney.
Aussie lady or Aussie man. Sydney's just up the road from me, pretty much.
There
It's
you
an
are.
hour away. Yeah.
So what are some words or turn of phrase I can use to impress them?
Oh gosh, that's a really hard one. I'm easily impressed, so you can
Well,
pretty much say anything to
Then
me.
give them anything then. If you're easily impressed, then give them something like if... I don't know.
Freak, why? Put me on the spot, why don't you?
Crikey!
G'day, mate. Nah, not g'day, mate. G'day, mate is like typical.
Right.
You know,
it's
you
very
want something a little
stereotypical.
less typical. Yeah.
How about that's not a knife. This is a knife.
This is a knife. Yes. And you have to actually like pull out a machete. That would be pretty impressive. An Aussie be impressed if I said good on you. Yes, good on you, definitely.
Oh yeah,
good on ya.
Yeah, good on ya. Good on ya,
can
mate.
Go both ways as well. Good on you can be like, oh yeah, good on you, like a tap on the shoulder, or good on you can be like you've spilt your drink in the bar and it's gone everywhere, and they're like, oh, good on ya. So it just kind of depends on how you say it and what context you're using it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like if my kid falls and hurts themselves, I'm like, good on ya. What'd you do that for? And then my daughter will come to work and I'm like, yay, good on ya. So it's like, yeah, both ways.
So what is a type of phrase or how it is said, like when a girl is interested in a guy over there, or vice versa?
When a girl is interested in a guy,
or vice versa, like when they're maybe expressing, or even if like a girl is saying to another girlfriend that she thinks a guy is attractive, or a guy saying the same thing about a girl.
Sexy is one.
Okay, that's universal. Yes.
Or you're crushing on, or like, I don't know, babe. What term would you say like that? A guy, if a guy was crushing on a girl, what would you say? My partner's here as well, so I'm like joining him in on the conversation.
I like crushing.
Tuning her up. Yes, tuning her up.
Tuning her up. That's the phrase I was looking for.
Like,
I knew there was one in there.
If a guy is like chatting to a girl, his mates will be like, oh, you're on the tune, or you're tuning her up.
I like that. So if a guy's expressing interest in a particular girl, he's tuning her up?
Yeah, he's on the tune for sure.
He's on the tune. He's tuning her up. I like that. I knew there was like a key phrase in there somewhere. Beef Supreme coming in with
the one I was looking for.
That's it. That is the one. He brought it. Beef Supreme coming in with the $5 super chat. Can Sammy and the real deal Steven Steele say Doge surged 10 times fast, and yeah, Tapitao owns sriracha sauce? I'm familiar. I'm not even saying it sure I'm saying it, but I am familiar with Tapitao. And I like them both. I don't know if it owns. Doge surged 10 times fast. Is really fast.
I think we've been given a little bit of a challenge, Mr. Steele. Nobody can say Doge surge 10 times fast.
Well, it sounds like a tongue twister to me. Just 1 second, one moment.
Turn around, touch the ground. I'm not it. You go first. Oh, 1 second. Turn down for what?
Okay, so I'm back. Sam, are we ready for this Doge surge?
We're ready, but I turned around and touched the ground. You've got to go first.
Okay.
Or we're going to go together.
I don't know if we're supposed to go together or separately. Can Steven say...
What do you want us to do, Beef? Together or separate?
All
right, let's do it together.
Okay.
And then whoever stuffs up first is the loser.
Okay, on three then. On three then, Sam. 1.
Okay.
2, 3. Dosers.
You did so well. Let me try that again. Doser. I can't do it.
I didn't hear you.
That's hard. Doge, surge, nah, gone. I thought it would be easier than what it was.
Try it when I think it's your accent that makes that harder for you than me.
Doge. It definitely is.
Yeah, it's your accent that makes it harder for you.
Because I've got like, I don't know, my S is more like, I don't know, Doge, surge, Doge, surge. No, I can't do it. It's impossible.
She can't do it, guys. She can't even do it twice in a row.
I cannot do it. Yeah, Steele is a boss.
I cranked it out, man. Isaac Castile.
Sam is backwards. I'm like a sob.
Sam Castile coming in with the $2 super chat. No worries. Thumbs up. Thank you for that. I love a few people in the chat saying Doge is tuned up. I like that. He's on the tune. Doge is all tuned up. Tuned up for what? Someone says.
I know.
Oh, and it goes on and on. It goes on and on, guys. I love it. I love it.
And Liminal said, how about here's to Sammy, she's true blue. That's a song that we sing, like, if you sing happy birthday to someone, you end up singing the True Blue song after it. And then they have to down their drink.
Hold up. Time out. This is a distinctly
You're gonna make me
Aussie.
sing it, aren't you?
Yes, this is so distinctly Aussie. I don't know what the heck you're talking about right now. So what's the True Blue song?
Okay, so you do it like you sing happy birthday, blah, 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 and then you pass them a drink, and before they like blow out their candles and stuff, they have to, at the end of the song, they have to down their drink. So the song's like, here's to Stephen, he's true blue, he's a piss pot through and through, he's a bastard, so they say.
Whoa.
He tried to go to heaven, but he went the other way, he went down, 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 and then you like keep saying down, down, down until they scull their drink.
Oh, I like that. Down.
So we sang that last week at my mum's birthday party, and it started off like down, 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 and then it was kind of like down, down, because she was going so damn slow. Then she stopped for a break, and we're just like down, down, down. Someone get her another one.
Oh my gosh. Stephen and Sammy. Wait, what's that?
It's a fun song. It's definitely fun when everyone gets in on it and they're like down, 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 especially if you like down it in like 4 downs, you're just the best. So my sister, we had her 21st in February, and we downed her, and then as soon as she did that, we passed her another drink, which was something completely different to what she was drinking. So she downed, and then in like 3 seconds she upped it, and it came out just as fast as it went down. It was hilarious.
She upped it, huh?
It was up shower chuck. Like, it came out of her like a fire hose.
Oh my God, that bad?
Yes, it was. Oh, it was so good.
And where did this upping occur? Was it in public?
Well, everyone was singing around her, and then she quickly ran out onto the grass, and it just came out. She's like, I'm gonna spew. My mum was like, give her another drink.
Your mom sounds like quite the trooper.
Oh, she's amazing. My mum's the best. She's very, very, like, this woman taught me how to clean when I was about 6 years old. I was cleaning the skirting boards. She's raised us all really, really well. She's just an amazing woman. But now that her kids are grown up, she's starting to enjoy life a little bit more.
Yeah, now that she's got all you crazy characters self-sufficient.
Yes, she's got 3 girls, so.
Oh, good Lord, the poor woman. Man, we need to like do something for her. We need to like have a fundraiser for your mother to send her on a Carnival cruise.
Well, she actually was one of the last people in my family to buy some Doge, so now she actually owns Doge too.
Awesome. Well, we wish your mom to be a future Dogecoin millionaire for sure. She deserves it after raising 3 of you.
I know. 3 of me. No. 1 of me and 2 of my sisters. There's like my dad said the other night, I'm very, very different. I'm like a different kind of human altogether.
Well, honey, we know that. That's why you're on the show.
She's shaking her head. My dad shakes his head every single day at me. But it's great. I think that they all love me for exactly who I am, and I bring them a lot of laughter and happiness, so that's good. And pain in the ass.
Yes, I can see all of that. So out of your 3 sisters, are you the youngest, middle, or oldest?
I'm the oldest, so I was the first and the favorite. Not really.
So you're the spoiled one out of them all. No, that would usually be the youngest, right?
No. My younger sister's 10 years younger than me, so she's the favorite, I think. She still lives at home.
Yeah, the youngest seems to be the one that gets the most perks, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, and I only had my mum and dad, like the 3 of us, for 18 months before my second sister was born. So
they were probably
there's a lot of jokes going around in my family that my dad dropped me on my head, and that's the way that I am.
Oh my God, brutal.
So that's a big joke of the family, that Sam was dropped on a head, and that's why I'm the different one.
Oh man, brutal. So you're the oldest, so you probably got saddled with most of the rules, right?
Oh yeah, they tried.
They tried. Okay.
But the thing is, they learnt with me. They learnt you cannot lock a teenager up because she will get out. So with my sister, they let her do a lot more things than they let me do, because I think they learned. So
Sam, what was the first overtly just like naughty thing that you did against your parents' will as like a teenager?
One of my one thing that I remember most clearly, now you can't judge me because I was 16, all right? I was a very big pain in my ass to my parents, but I've made it up to them.
Yeah.
So I was like seeing this boy from school, and I wanted to go out and see him later on in the night, and my parents were like, no, you're not going out seeing a boy at nighttime. Anyway, so we went to bed, everything was all good, and I snuck out the back door and jumped the back fence, which ended up becoming a regular occurrence for me. So I jumped the back fence, but little did I know that my mum wasn't actually asleep, and she had heard the banging on the fence. So I hear her yell out, "Samantha!" And then I ran. I just started running, and I hid. We lived in like a block that was kind of like a circle. So I went like around, and I hid in somebody's garden. And I actually listened to her start up. She had like this little red sports kind of car. I heard her car start up. It was a very distinctive sound, like, yeah, you know that's mum. And I hear her going around the block trying to find me. And I was hiding in this complete stranger's garden until she like left. And then I bolted up the hill because I just wanted to see my boyfriend.
Wow.
I did. Oh my gosh. And I was rejecting their phone calls. I was a terrible, terrible child. Teenager.
I could already tell that you were
If
you were
my
a troublemaker.
kid ever did that to me, oh my God. I was a little bit, but now like once I hit maybe like 20 or something, I'd like split up with my long-term boyfriend and come back to mummy and daddy.
Well, I definitely had a few adventures myself around the same age. Particularly, a few things came to mind when you were talking about a stranger's garden. So, when you were sneaking out, did you sneak back in successfully?
So no. Once I'd realized I had been out for too long and I'd been hiding for too long, I just continued to hide because I didn't know what else to do. So I ended up like meeting up with my boyfriend and some friends, and we went to a park. And then we somehow ended up in like the next town over.
You went to a what?
A park.
A park?
Like a playground.
A park.
A park.
Okay, so you went to a park.
Yeah. I went to a park, and then we ended up at the next town over. I don't remember how we got there. And then one of the boys that we were with must have dobbed me in because, well, actually, my dad ended up going, and he must have dobbed us in and said where I was because I was sleeping. So there was a bunch of us on the lounge room floor of one of our friends' houses, and we were sleeping, and next minute my dad rocks up. And I'm just like, oh shit, like I'm in big trouble. So yeah, I was in a lot of trouble.
Lots of trouble. Ba-na-na-na. Lots of bubble. Ba-na-na-na. I can totally see it.
Wasn't even the worst of it.
Oh, I'm sure it wasn't, honey. I knew from the moment I started talking with you on air that you had a very long trail of mischief.
How did you know that? I'm like sweet and innocent.
Oh, please. You're sweet for sure. You're sweet. You're sweet. So, yeah. So, I already knew that. I already had that instinct about you. I know that you've definitely had a more than your share of adventures in the park.
Yes, I have.
Yes.
There's a lot that I'd love to share, but I'm like, I kind of want to stay a little bit innocent. You know, there's some stories that shouldn't be brought up.
Yeah, I was actually pretty idealistic as a young man, where I was trying to wait to fall in love before, you dip the wick. And I remember there was this girl that was waiting for me. I used to have this job as a pizza delivery guy, and they would deliver pizzas at this place till like 3 a.m. And she was wearing like these Daisy Duke shorts, and she was talking to me she was in the restaurant that was open late, and I'd take a few deliveries. She'd talk to me a little more, then I'd take some pizza deliveries out. Anyway, I was getting ready to bring my big last haul of pizza deliveries for the night, and it was about 3 a.m. and she ended up just jumping in the car with me and went on with me to my last pizza deliveries. And then my last pizza deliveries, then we went to a park. We went to a park. And yeah, we were just like walking. I parked my car, and then we were just walking. I was walking her home, and we sat on a bench, and things began to progress much quicker than I was prepared for, to be quite honest, being at that age.
Right, the third base, hey?
I was like, I was like 20. I was like 19 or 20, right in there. 19, maybe 19.
Yeah.
And then things started going so rapidly that I was like, if I don't stop this now, it's going to happen on a park bench at 3 a.m. And I was like, this is not how I wanted it to go down. You know what I mean? I said, this is all rather dodgy. You know what I mean? So I remember just kind of like, I was like moving to the right and the left and just evading, the docking of the situation. And so then I literally just like removed this girl, put her off to the side, and this poor girl's probably wondering what is the matter with this guy, but I wasn't ready. So the moral of the story, ladies and gentlemen, you go on your own time. If it doesn't feel right, you don't owe it. You don't owe any chick your D if you're not ready, guys. So it goes both ways. What's that?
You don't owe any guy your V either.
That's what I'm saying. It goes both ways. Usually you only hear about stories like this from, the female's perspective, but it goes both ways. So,
yeah. You sound like a very respectful man.
What's that?
You sound like a very respectful man, except the time that you went through 4 or 5 girls, was it? Kissing?
That was not my idea.
Next one. Keep them coming.
That was not my idea, and I was hardly a man. I was coming out of.
You were like a little boy on Christmas. You were just stoked.
Literally, I was a boy on Christmas. That was the perfect parallel to describe how I felt. It was like I woke up to the best Christmas tree ever. That was when I was from the summer from 8th grade into 9th grade that all occurred. So, boy, did we get off on some tangents here, but that's what happens on the show sometimes, guys. Boy, did we deviate from the Doge, didn't we? But, whatever. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Steele, the only cooler name than Mr. T Baracus. I love Mr. T. I pity the fool. I pity the fool. Mr. T had a great song about respecting your mother. And it's, do you know who Mr. T is, Samantha?
I think I do. I've heard of it a lot. He's on a show, and I'm just Googling. Yeah, I know who it is.
Okay. So,
yeah.
Mr. T had. Yeah, A-Team. Yeah. So Mr. T actually has a song and a music video about respecting your mother. It's pretty good. It's on YouTube.
Oh.
Your mother. There is no other.
My mother, my poor father, having to deal with 3 girls. My God.
So are you more of a daddy's girl or you're a mother's daughter?
I'm both. You know, I'm very, very close to both of them. We're a very close family.
Okay, got it. Welcome back, Jason Huffman, by the way. I haven't seen you in forever, dude. Welcome back from Vegas, man. Welcome back. Is anyone in the chat not from Australia or USA? Doge says. I think he's an Englishman, if I'm not mistaken. Especially with that name, that's what I think. Yeah, we definitely have some viewers from the UK. Of course, it's they're less. My UK viewers are less common because they're 6 hours ahead, so that puts them at a pretty tricky time to be able to watch me when I come on, because I come on at about 9:30 p.m. my time, which would put them at 3:30 in the morning start time for your average Englishman or Englishwoman. Let's see here. Stephen, you should read the story to us before you leave. It's a very entertaining read. What story? Read what story?
I think it's the one. Did he send that to you or?
What you sent me? I don't think we should read that.
Oh, what is it?
No, I thought you were referring to the screenshots you sent me.
Me?
No, the screenshots you sent me.
The screenshots I sent you or he sent you?
Who sent me screenshots?
No. I don't read my screenshots. I think
I
he
know.
sent
That's
you something about a story that he wants you to talk about.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was like, what? Yeah, I don't see anything. Yeah, I don't see anything. People do that. Viewers do that to me all the time. They're like, oh, I sent you something. Check it out. And I'm like, nothing's there. Let me see. I don't know. Anything else we should cover tonight before we start closing things up, Sam?
Not really. I think everything's pretty stable at the moment.
We took care of it all. Guys, Yes, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, Aussie Sam, and I hope you come back very soon. Can you do that? Will you do that?
Yes, I will, definitely.
Guys, if you want to follow Aussie Sam, Samantha on Twitter, I'm going to put her Twitter URL in the chat right now. Feel free to give her a follow. And if you are not currently subscribe, make it happen. Putting Sam's tweet in the chat right now. Sammy Como.
Yes, video and put notifications on all.
Yes, I love it. On all. Well, Sam, this was just a real treat. This is super awesome catching up with you.
Yeah,
talking about crypto, talking about a little everything like we normally do. It's just very enjoyable. And I will follow up with you over DM.
Yes. All right. Thank you. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you, guys. I've had a lot of fun.
All right. Cheers. And be careful out there what you do in those parks, okay?
Over and out.
All right. Very good. Guys, this is also Steven Steele signing out for now. You all know where to find me. You know what to do. And we'll see you soon. Stay positive. Keep that Doge momentum going strong. Tell someone you know about this channel that already doesn't know. Let's keep spreading the love and spreading the Doge momentum. Take care, y'all.